So hello everyone, today we will be learning about the dissection of family Compositae, and the specimen is Helianthus annus or sunflower. So first let us see the explanation. So the family is Compositae. The order of the flower is Asteraceae. The floral specimen I have taken is Helianthus annus or a common sunflower. So first let us see the flower. So this is the flower. Okay, this is the flower, and as you can see, this is the flower in the bud stage. This is the flower in the bud stage, which is fully covered with leafy bract-like structure. Okay, this is fully covered with leafy bract-like structure. Okay, and if I take this flower where the leaves is visible, so we can see the leaves have a reticulate venation. Okay, see, the leaves have a reticulate venation. Okay, I don't know if the camera can focus. I think yes now. So the leaves have a reticulate venation, so it is a dicot flower. It is dicot in nature. So we will mark it as dicot. Okay. Now the first part is the bract. So in a mature flower, these are the leafy bract. Okay, which surrounds the heterogamous head or the capitulum. This is first we will continue with the structure of the different parts of the flower. So first, the part present below the capitulum. So this is the capitulum or the heterogamous head. Why we call this a heterogamous head? Because it contains of two parts, the inner part and the outer showy part. Okay. So now if we make the bracts, they will be like this. So these are the bracts. These are the green leafy bracts. So we call these bracts as involucre, which are leaves like bracts enclosing the inflorescence. So we can also call this as the heterogamous head. Means it is present in heterogamous head, the capitulum, or we can call this as racemose. Okay, now we come to the general structure of the flower. So this is the general structure generally. So this is the structure. These are the ray florets. These are the disc florets, and this is the fleshy thalamus. This part is the involucre, as I showed earlier. So it is the ray floret is present in the periphery of the capitulum. Okay, and the disc floret is present centrally in the capitulum. So the ray floret is ligulate. So what is ligulate actually? Ligulate means the ray florets are in a tongue-like shape. See, it is in a strap or a tongue-like shape. Okay, so it is ligulate. Now it is pistillate. Means it only has the female part and lacking the male part. Okay, and we can also call this as syncarpous, which also means the same, that it has the female part and lacking the male part. So it is, now we come to the disc floret. The disc floret is tubular and it is bisexual in nature, which is complete, as this has both the male and female part, and it is incomplete. The ray florets are incomplete. Okay, the ovary at both the ray floret and disc floret is present in epigynous state. Okay, in epigynous state, so epigynous ovary, which means the ovary is inferior. Okay, so these are the general overview of the flower. Now we will be doing the LS of ray floret and the LS of disc floret. So now we will draw the diagram of LS of the ray floret. So these are the ray florets, these are the disc florets as stated earlier. So, and as I told, it is in a pistillate state, so it is a protruding tongue-like shape. This is the ray floret. This is the yellow showy part, the yellow showy petal. Now this is the pappus. We can say modified or reduced calyx. Now this is the ovary. It is in a and this is the ovule. So these combined is in a basal state. So it is of basal placentation. Okay. So this is done, and what I can else tell you is this part is sessile. Sessile means it is attached to the base. It is attached to the thalamus at the base. So the ray florets are attached to the thalamus. Same, the disc florets are also attached to the thalamus. When I will dissect the flower, you are able to observe it closely. And then what else I can tell you is this is a zygomorphic flower. Zygomorphic. And this is an incomplete flower. It is incomplete because it does not have the androecium present, only the gynoecium present. And this is zygomorphic because it is having 5 parts. The petal is divided into 5 parts. We cannot cut a equal half of the petal. If we cut, we will have two at one side, 3 at the other side. So it is zygomorphic. It is not of a radial symmetry. Okay. And the floral formula of this part is, it is bracteate, as it have bracts, the involucre at the bracts. Then it is zygomorphic, so a percentage symbol. Then it is only of the present, it only presents the gynoecium, so the female sign. Then, or it can be neuter, okay, or it can be neuter. Okay, means not having either the gynoecium or the androecium. Then the calyx is present in 3 number, which is the pappus, and the corolla is 5, which are fused. So the corolla have 5, which are fused in the ray floret. Then the androecium is 0, as it is an incomplete flower, and the gynoecium is present in 2 number, which is also fused and which is in inferior state. Okay, so it is done. Now we come to the LS of disc floret. So if we draw the disc floret, this is the ovary. This also have. So this is the disc floret. So the disc floret is consisting of the bifid stigma. It is the bifid stigma, which means the stigma has 2 locules. The stigma has 2 locules. Okay. So the next comes the style, which is single. Next comes the pappus. As I told earlier, it is a modified or either reduced calyx. Next comes the ovary, which is in inferior state again. So this is also a sessile flower, but actinomorphic. Actinomorphic. Why? When we cut the disc floret from any axis, it will have 2 equal parts. The disc floret will always have 2 equal parts. So it is actinomorphic, and it is a complete flower. Okay, because it has the androecium and gynoecium both present. Okay, when we dissect, I can show you the overall thing. Now, the floral formula is bracteate, and it is actinomorphic, the actinomorphic sign, and then it is bisexual. The calyx is 3, which is again pappus. So I am not writing the whole word. So writing P. Make sure you understand because I have already written. Then the calyx is 5 in number, which is again fused. Then androecium is 5, which is not fused, and they both are connected. Gynoecium is again 2 in number and in inferior state. So this is the floral formula of the disc. When I will dissect the flower, you will understand it more clearly. Now we come to the anther. So this is the filament of the anther, and this is the anther. Okay. So the anther is dithecous. Dithecous anther, and the filament is free. So fused anther, okay, fused anther and filament is free. So the 2 pollen sacs are fused together. Okay, the 2 pollen sacs are fused together, making it dithecous, and the filament is free, which is why it is called as the syngenesious stamen. Okay, it is called the syngenesious stamen. Okay, so it is done. Okay, the theory part is done. Now we will move on to the dissection now. So the dissection, we will write family Compositae. The order is Asteraceae, and the specimen is sunflower, or as the scientific name suggests, Helianthus annus. Okay, so see, this is the flower, this is the involucre, this is the stalk. We will break the stalk first. Okay, so we got the flower. This is the ray floret. Okay, the petal-like structures, okay, which are yellow and showy, are the ray florets. Okay, which is present in the periphery, of the capitulum. Okay, and this is the disc floret, which is situated centrally in the capitulum. Okay, so the capitulum is also called a heterogamous head because it has two parts, the ray floret and the disc floret. So first we will do the LS of the flower. As we can see here, we have the bud stage of the flower also. Here it is more prominent. Okay, here it is more prominent. The bud is covered with the involucre. So if we do the LS first, LS of the flower, so we will first break the stalk. Okay, first we will break the stalk out, then we will cut it. How we will cut? We will cut it from the central axis. From the stalk, we will start cutting it. Okay, it is a very hard flower, so it is a cut. This is the LS. This is the LS which I showed earlier. Okay, so this is the ray floret, this is the disc floret, this is the fleshy thalamus and the involucre. So we will stick it. Okay, we will stick. It is nicely placed. We can visualize all the structures. Now we come to the main dissection. See, first what we will do, first we will remove the involucre out by plucking it. It is a very time-taking job, okay, because you have to pluck it one by one. Okay, and it is a very hard flower. So one by one, plucking the involucre out, and we will expose the thalamus from underneath, okay, from the base. Likewise, we will just pull each and every involucre out. Okay. So the ray floret is exposed, okay, from underneath, and we can see plenty of pappuses. Okay, we can see plenty of pappus. See the brown thing which we can visualize. The brown things are the pappus. Okay, so now we will pluck out the ray florets gently, very gently. Okay, we pluck out them very gently. Okay, very gently. Okay, now we are only left with the disc floret. Okay, so first let us complete the general structure of the flower. So we will paste the bird also here. We will paste it. Now we will place some involucre also. Some involucre is to be placed. Some. That's nice. Okay. Now I am marking it later. Now we will divide the page. Now we will be doing the ray florets. See, this is the ray floret. Okay. This is the ray floret. As I told, it is zygomorphic in nature. So if I try to cut it, see, if I try to cut it, see, it has become, in this part has been divided into 2 and this in 3. So it is zygomorphic. Okay, it is not of a radial symmetry. Okay, now we will show you the pappus. See here. Let me find the pappus. See here. This is the flower. This is the ray floret, and if we inspect closely, here is the pappus. See, the part protruding out is the pappus. I don't know if the camera can focus. Okay. The part protruding out is the pappus. Okay, so we will paste it. Let's paste a fresh piece if possible. See this one. This one is also having the pappus. Now we will just attach the ray floret, cutting the gynoecium out. Okay, like this. Like this. Okay, very much like this. Okay, now we will again divide the page, and now comes the disc florets. See, so now this is the disc floret. Okay, a hairy structure. If we break it, see, it has numerous flowers, numerous flowers. We will take a small portion. We'll put it here, and we will paste it. And we will paste it likewise. See, the disc floret also has pappuses attached. See, this is the pappus of the disc floret. This is the pappus of the disc floret. The part protruding out. I think the camera can focus. Okay. So we will paste it likewise. Now, let us come to the point of view of examination. See, in the LS, at the base, the fleshy thalamus is present. Upward is the disc floret, surrounded by the involucre in the capitulum and the ray florets, which is the showy part. Okay, these are the involucre or the leaf-like bracts. Okay, covering the capitulum. Now comes the ray florets. The ray florets, as I told, are sessile. So see, they are sessile, so they are attached to the base. They are attached to the base of the flower, so it is called sessile. So they are attached to the base, and they are zygomorphic, means they have 5 divisions. Okay, and cannot be cut radially. They, as I also stated, that they are incomplete, so they are having only the gynoecium, which is this part. Okay, and the pappus is attached. I can show you the pappus. So see, the pappus is attached to the gynoecium. See, here the pappus is attached to the gynoecium. Now we come to disc floret. So the disc floret is also sessile, but it is actinomorphic. I cannot cut and show you as this is very small, but when in professional labs, when we cut this is cut almost radially, so it is actinomorphic. Okay, they are also having the pappus. See, here I can pluck out a few pappus. See, these are the pappus I plucked. See, these are the pappuses. Okay, these are the pappus I plucked. So the disc floret is divided into 3 parts: the white part, the yellow part, and the brown part. Okay, the white and the yellow and the brown part. So the white part is the gynoecium, the yellow part is the ANDROECIUM, and these are the hairy stigma, hairy bifid stigma. Okay, let's give you a closer look. See, this is what it looks closely like. This is the bifid stigma, the ANDROECIUM and the gynoecium. If we start marking, the yellow showy part is the ray floret, which is present in the periphery of the capitulum. They attract insects. Okay. Now the inner part of the capitulum is called the disc floret. They help in seed formation, and this part is the fleshy thalamus. Okay, now we come to the bud. These are the dicot leaves, and this is the bud. These are the involucre or the leafy bracts. Okay, now we come to the ray floret. They as a whole are called ray floret. They are zygomorphic, they are sessile, they are present in the periphery of the capitulum, they are bracteate, and they are epigynous because the gynoecium is inferior. Okay, so this is the pappus attached reduced calyx, and so they have the gynoecium at the base. Now we come to the floral formula. So they are having bracts, they are zygomorphic, they are incomplete and having only the gynoecium, so female sign. The pappus is present in 3 number, which is the reduced calyx. The corolla is fused and in 5 numbers. The ANDROECIUM is 0 and the gynoecium is 2, which is fused and in inferior state. Then we come to the disc floret. These as whole is called the disc floret. They are also sessile, but they are actinomorphic and they are complete. So we have the pappus attached. Pappus attached. Then they have 3 parts: the bifid stigma, the brown part, the ANDROECIUM, the yellow part, and the gynoecium, the white part. The bifid stigma is a hairy structure, and all of these combined makes the stigma, which is single. The gynoecium at the base is having the ovary, which is inferior / basal. The floral formula carries out like they have bracts, they are actinomorphic, and they are bisexual, having both the sexes. The calyx is 3, which is the pappus. The corolla is again 5 in number, which is fused. ANDROECIUM is 5, which is free. They both are connected, and the gynoecium is 2, which is fused in inferior state. So this is the taxonomy of family Compositae. This is the dissection. This is the all the internal structures explained. Let me give a closer look. The family is Compositae. The order is Asteraceae. The specimen is Helianthus annus or common sunflower. The leaves presented are dicot. The bracts are known as involucre, which is present in the heterogamous head of the capitulum. The LS of the flower has the fleshy thalamus at the base, followed by the involucre at the outward side of the capitulum. The central capitulum has the disc floret, surrounded by the ray floret at the periphery. The ray florets are ligulate and pistillate or syncarpous. The disc florets are tubular, bisexual, and complete. The disc floret have the epigynous ovary, which is inferior. The LS of ray florets have the yellow showy petal, which is zygomorphic, the pappus, which is the modified, rather reduced calyx, and the ovary at the base, which is of basal placentation. This does not have the androecium, so it is an incomplete flower, and as it is attached to the capitulum, it is sessile. The floral formula is like bracteate, zygomorphic, female or neuter. CALYX is 3, which is Pappus. COROLLA is fused and 5 in number. ANDROECIUM is absent. GYNOECIUM is 2, fused and in inferior state. The LS of the disc floret states it has a bifid stigma, which means they have 2 locule. It has a single style and pappuses at both the sides and an inferior ovary. They have the androecium 2, which is stated in the next page. So it is a complete flower and actinomorphic, and as it is attached to the capitulum, it is also a sessile. The floral formula is like bracteate, actinomorphic, bisexual, calyx present in 3 number, which is the pappus, corolla in 5 number, which is fused, androecium is 5 free. Corolla and androecium are connected to each other, and the gynoecium is 2 in inferior state, which is fused. The anther is, it is a dithecous anther, which is fused. The 2 pollen sacs are fused, and the filament is free. This type of stamen is called the syngeneous stamen. Now we move on to the dissection part. So this again, the specimen is the same. So the inflorescence is like heterogamous head or capitulum consisting of centrally situated disc florets and peripherally arranged ray florets with a fleshy thalamus. This is the bud stage. The involucre of the leafy bract is covering the bud, and they have dicot leaves. These are the involucre of the leafy bracts. We can see they are present here also. Now when we come to the ray floret, they are present along the periphery of the capitulum. They are sessile, they are zygomorphic, they are pentamerous and bracteate and epigynous. We can see the epigynous ovary at the base of the gynoecium. Here we have the ovary. And here we have the pappus attached. The floral formula remains the same, and the calyx, which is the pappus, it has 2 membranous scales. The corolla is of 5 petals, which is gamopetalous and ligulate. Androecium is absent, and gynoecium is bicarpellary, syncarpous, unilocular, inferior ovary, basal placentation, and single ovule in each locule, long style and bifid stigma. Now we move on to the disc florets. So this whole bunch is known as the disc floret. Okay, the whole bunch which I have. Actually, this whole bunch, rather the complete bunch, is called the disc floret. I have taken a single disc floret out. They have a bifid stigma, which is hairy, which is brown in color, and the androecium is in yellow color, followed by the gynoecium is white color, which has the ovary at the base, which is of inferior type or epigynous state. It also has the pappus attached, and the androecium, gynoecium, and the stigma is in total it is called the style, which is single. Sorry, I have written it wrong. See, it is a single style. The floral formula remains the same. So let us discuss some more topics. So the flower present in inner part of capitulum, sessile, actinomorphic or regular, tubular, complete, bisexual or hermaphrodite, pentamerous, bracteate and epigynous. The calyx is the same, which is represented by 2 membranous scales known as pappus. The corolla consists of 5 petals, gamopetalous and tubular. The androecium is of 5 stamens, epipetala, short filaments and syngeneous. The gynoecium is bicarpellary, syncarpous, unilocular, inferior ovary, basal placentation, single ovule in each locule, long style and bifid stigma. The important features of this family is capitulum or head inflorescence, bracts form and involucre, calyx reduced to hairy pappus, 5 syngeneous stamens, inferior ovary and basal placentation. I hope you like the video. Thank you.